What is up, folks? This is J.R.R, and after the last episode, that fiasco, yeah, I think we're gonna stay at home for a little bit. Actually, I do want to go back and take care of that guy and get our revenge, but just not this episode because we need to make sure and gear up because, well, what we have, just a hodgepodge of stuff that we've picked up, so yeah. Not the best. But what I want to do now is I want to move or take our first step towards an AE system. Now, it's not nearly as difficult to get running now as it used to be. You can make it nice and small and actually only be, about 3 blocks. And so that's pretty awesome. But firstly, we need to get some power gen up. So the first thing I'm going to do, we don't have a ton of resources at the moment to burn, so I'm going to start off with the Survivalist Generator. Now, what's pretty cool in 1.7.10 is you actually have different versions of them. So you can upgrade each of your generators to where usually you only had this first tier of generators with extra utilities. Now you have 3 tiers. So that's pretty cool, and I'm looking forward to using that. Because on the last base that I built, I had, I don't know, a couple stacks of these things, I think. So, that's pretty awesome. Because now 2 stacks would be 2 of these. So, take up a lot less room and be a whole lot more efficient on your energy usage as far as making it goes. So, I'm probably going to make some of you guys scream at this, but really, I only have silver wood planks to work with right now. I could go out and harvest some more trees, but I'm okay on silver wood planks. I've got plenty for now, and I won't be using them for a while anyway, so I'm not too worried about those. It'll be okay. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. So to make a survivalist generator, it's pretty simple. You just need a piston, some iron, some cobble, a furnace, and some redstone. So let's go ahead and make our furnace. That's really easy. I'm sure all of you have made a furnace before. Real simple. Well, apparently that's the first time well, the game says I made a furnace because, well, there's 4 of them right there. But whatever. Alright, so let's go ahead and make our piston. So just like this. Pretty sure. Been a little while since I made a piston. Yep, awesome. So I believe it was like this, and cobblestone at the top, iron, and awesome. So there's our first survivalist generator. Now I would like to upgrade this pretty quickly, but I'll do that off camera because I'm sure you guys don't want to see me make 64 survivalist generators. So we'll do that a little bit later. But the great thing about these survivalist generators, they don't produce a ton of power, but they are extremely efficient. So let's see, where's our coal? Here's some coal here. So if we go ahead and put our coal in here, you can see it only outputs at 5, well, not EU because we're not using the EU pack. But it outputs at 5 RF per tick, which is not a lot. That's pretty much enough to run nothing. But one piece of coal lasts for about 13 minutes, or more than 13 minutes. So, even though it's only 5 RF per tick, it's going to last a very long time. So it's super efficient. So when we upgrade, it's going to be a whole lot better. But what we need to do now is to make a storage for it. So let's go ahead and make, let's see, what's the mod? Thermal. Okay, so we're going to start off with something pretty basic, leadstone. So we first need to make this, which is going to take 4 glass, and it's going to take some lead, and it's going to take a redstone block, so not that bad. So let's go ahead and grab our glass, and I should have some lead cooked up. if I can find it. Yep. Okay, so plenty of lead. Let's go ahead and just do it that way. And there we go. Oh, it's different kind of lead. Alright, so they or dictionary to the same type of lead, so it doesn't make a difference when you're actually doing the pattern, but it's a little bit of a pain. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this, and we can actually make 4 of them, but we don't need that many right now. We'll do absurd power generation and storage later, but since we're just starting off, then we'll do something pretty simple. Alright, so to make the actual cell, we're going to need some copper. We need a conductance coil, which is going to take electrum, which is silver and gold. Alright, so we're going to have to go ahead and put that. Let's just make 5 of them. That should be fine. And we've only got 4 silver right here. Do we have any more silver in any other form? Okay, there's a silver block. So let's go ahead and take just a silver block and a gold block then. Okay. And we'll go ahead and melt them down in here. Which shouldn't have anything in it. Nope, nothing. Okay. So that's going to take a minute. Yeah, it's pretty slow for those. So it'll take a minute for that to work itself up, but we can go ahead and take care of the rest of the stuff. Alright, so we just needed 3 pieces of copper. That is not a big deal. Alright, so let's just do it that way. And we've got this here. So real simple, like that. And let's go sit here and slowly watch as our blocks melt. Oh, they're actually almost done. Awesome. So we've got our 18 of electrum. So we're just going to pour them into here, and it's going to make 2 blocks of electrum. So 9 ingots each, which is going to be really awesome to have, because we're going to be using probably quite a bit of electrum as we get into thermal expansion. Now, unfortunately, the thermal expansion pipes are not yet done. They're going to be in a separate mod from the main thermal expansion. I was kind of hoping they'd be in thermal foundation, but apparently they're not. There's just going to be a separate pipe mod. I'm not quite sure why they did that, but that's just going to be the way that it works for now. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to use some different mods to... Oh, that's not how you do that. Do I really only have 1 crafting table? Alright, so I'm sure some of you are really going to scream about this one. Using the silver wood planks to make a crafting table. That's, I have to say, that is pretty bad. But let's go ahead and put it over here. Alright, so we've got 1 electrum in the middle. And there we go. Conductance coil. And then we have our leadstone energy cell. So it's not going to fill up all that quickly, you can see, but it's okay to just start off. So what I'm really wanting now is to go ahead and set up a AE system, or an AE system I guess you would say, and have better storage than all of this right here, because like I said, it's getting pretty cluttered and it's just not all that great. So while I would like to make a better ore doubling system, for now just setting up an AE system is my priority. Alright, so let's go ahead and just turn this all... Okay, so a good tip, if you want to reset everything in a system in one of these thermal expansion blocks, all you do is shift click the middle and they all reset to their non-accepting, non-exporting version. So make that blue for input. It's just inputting from the left over here, which is, I have to say, I love how these blocks work. It's really, really, really awesome. Ender.io has some really similar stuff, but their graphics are a little cooler, I have to say. But yeah, they're pretty awesome. I really love IC2. Industrial Craft is one of my favorites, and especially when Greg wasn't being such, I'll just say a pain with the way that he does things and interferes with other mod makers without their permission. So, and they had Greg Tech as part of the main mod packs with Feed the Beast. I loved playing with Greg Tech, but I can't really support him since he's done all that he has done. So, yeah, that's really unfortunate. But since then, I've always loved IC2. I think it's a really fun mod. It's pretty complicated. It's gotten even more complicated and high tech, so. But there's some pretty cool other mods that you can use instead of Greg Tech that are really, really high tech stuff. I'm hoping to get to play around with them in the future, but this is not a high tech mod pack, so we're not going to be doing it with this playthrough. But, I don't know, maybe we'll do one in the future. Alright, so, after all that rant and ramble, what were we doing? We're wanting to get into applied energistics. Okay, so let's type in applied in. And let's, we can keep this stuff in our inventory, that's fine. So the first thing that we're wanting to make is going to be this, most likely, but I want to go ahead and check out and see what all we need. So, okay, yeah, we're definitely going to have to go in and make several of these inscribers, and you'll see why in a few minutes. Now, like I said before, I am going to be pretty much learning with you guys because I know basically how Applied Energistics 2 works, but we're going to have to, you know, explore the ins and outs together. So, one thing is, as long as you have 8 or fewer objects and machines applied to the system that you're working with, you do not need an ME controller. So that's pretty nice since they're not that cheap. So neither is the ME drive though. But I do want to go ahead and use this instead of an ME chest because I already have enough items that using several ME chests just doesn't make a lot of sense. So we're going to go ahead and work on this. So to make these inscribers, it looks like we're going to need a Fluix crystal and some iron and 2 sticky pistons. Thankfully I do have some slime. Let's see. And these are what we're going to be using here in a minute. Let's go ahead and put up the Selectrum and such because we're not going to be using them quite yet. And we're not going to be using Electrum at all with this mod since that's something with thermal expansion. Alright, so let's see where we put our slime. Does that really have nothing in it? Oh, okay, it just didn't load in. Oh, no, there's nothing in that chest. Wow. Okay, here's our slime. Cool. We do need that redstone. Let's just get this redstone. That's fine. And we're going to need our cobble, which we've got. We've got some wood. We're going to need some iron. I'll just grab a stack. That's fine. And what else did we need? We're going to need a Fluix crystal. So, let's see. Drop a Fluix seed made from Fluix dust and sand in puddle of water. Okay, so we're going to have to make, unfortunately, a wooden crank and a grinder wherever the grinder is. I am not seeing it. Oh, we're right there beside it. Okay, because we need the dust, and while we do have an ore doubling system already, we can't make the dust without this. So we're going to go ahead and grab our service quartz. Okay, so let's just go ahead and grab this, because I imagine we're going to be using quite a bit of it. We don't have much charged service quartz. Hopefully we're not going to need to use too much of it quite yet. But, oh, this is actually going to take a little while, because it takes a while for those seeds to grow. Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and make our grinder, which is going to be some stone. Looks like 5 stone. Thankfully we have some made. We haven't been to the nether yet. We need a wooden gear. Okay, so 4 sticks. Not a big deal. Alright, so like that. We've got our wooden gear. And another achievement. Alright, there's our smooth stone. Alright, so like this. Okay. Actually it's like that. And then we have our... I hate doing this. And then what did we have in the tops? Oh, okay. I did it backwards. Thought something looked a little funny. Okay, so one up here and then one up here. Is that not how it's done? That's how it looked like it was done. Oh, the bottom two are cobble. Okay. There we go. And to make the wooden crank, we need 5 sticks. Again, not a big deal. And I'm sure some of you are crying. Alright. And there's the wooden crank. So this can get a bit tedious because you have to sit here and... Okay, so... Okay, just shift click. So to do this, I guess we'll go ahead and make 3. You just sit here and hold down right click. And it'll go and go and go until it's ready. So this will double your ores and it will grind your crystals down. But it takes a little while. So, alright, so there's 3 dust. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at this. Drop a fluix seed made from fluix dust and sand into a puddle of water. To make the process grow faster, use the growth accelerators. And I don't think anywhere near the point where we can use accelerators because they take a lot of power. So let's go ahead and find some sand. I think it's down here. Yep, there's some sand. And let's go ahead and just make 3. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So I will see exactly how long this takes, and I will be back with you guys when it's done. Okay guys, the one that it popped up as, it rotated between 2 different patterns. The one we really need to do is this one, which we need nether quartz to do. So, because we don't have any seeds yet, unfortunately. So, we're going to have to go into the nether, which is not that big of a deal. So, I'm just going to drop all this stuff in here. That way we can pull it out later and not have to worry too much about it. Alright, so, this should be charging pretty well. Yep. It's not that quick, like I said, it's pretty slow. But, we do have 2 buffers here. Let's see. Oh, there we go. So this stores 100,000 RF, and this stores 400,000. So we'll have 500,000 total, which should be enough for now to at least run our A system off of, because they don't take a lot of power when it's just a small system. So, alright, so what we need, let's go ahead and grab a good deal of cobblestone, because I would like to be able to build a protection place. I want to say a house, but it's not going to be a house. It's just going to be, protection for the portal on the other side, because they can be kind of nasty with biomes of plenty. So depending on where we end up. Alright, now I know I have obsidian. Yes, okay, I've got plenty of obsidian, and I need some flint and some iron. Okay, so there's some iron and flint. I've got plenty of it. Awesome. Alright, so let's make that real quick. Flint and steel. Awesome. So where do we want to put this? I guess we can put it over in our shaft over here. I don't like putting them too close because I don't like hearing the sound all the time. I like the fact that it does make sound, don't get me wrong, but I don't want to have it, somewhere that I hear it all the time. I made that mistake a couple times, around the beginning of Minecraft. Oh, there's actually a little bit. Oh, that's it. Okay, oh, there is some service quartz here. Anything else? A little bit of coal. I'm not too worried about that. Some tin. I can come back and get that later. But this looks like a good place to put it. It's already made for having a portal. I don't know. You know what? Just to see, I can't remember if it's in 1.8 or 1.7 where you can change the size of the portal. So let's go ahead and do it like this. Just to see. Oh, it's going to be too short. And we take forever to mine this out. This has actually gotten to be a pretty good pick, though. It has Fortune 2, I think, on it. I can upgrade it a bunch more. There's 3 more modifiers that I can do on it. But as you can see, it's got Yeah, Fortune 2, which is called Luck with them. It's got the repair, auto repair. It's got, it can actually mine anything because it has a level boost on it, which is really awesome. And it's got a decent speed of 12. So, and it's reinforced for, 4. So, it's not too bad. But I don't really want to add more modifiers to it because I could get something just as good or better out of awesome. It is this patch. Good. Alright, so we'll just stick those up there just in case something happens that's not so good. Alright, so we're heading to the nether. And cross your fingers for a good spawn location because it might be terrible. Hopefully there's another fortress nearby. That would be great. And usually, for some reason... Alright, I'm cursing myself when I'm saying this, but usually there is one fairly close, so we'll just have to see. Alright, downloading terrain. It usually takes a while. Even in vanilla, it takes a while, but especially with biomes aplenty, it takes a while to generate the terrain. So, come on. What we got? Come on, Minecraft. You can do it. I know you can. Alright, I guess I'll cut away here and let you guys know what happens when we go into the nether.